Day 34 of my 40-day spring detox. And today I'm going to be talking about an amazing bread recipe that I made. It's called Manna Bread, so stay tuned for that. My name is Marise Tourigny, and I decided to undertake a 40-day spring detox. And today's day 34, and I have 6 days left. So far, I've been having 1 carrot apple ginger juice in the morning and 1 vegetarian meal. And it's been going quite well, but coming to the last 6 days, I thought that I would up my game a little bit. And I'm going to do 3 days of just juicing, so no more solids, just juicing, because I still have a lot of carrots left, so why not? 3 days of juicing and then 3 days of water only. I have done this in the past. I have done, it was 8 days of water. So I kind of know what to expect. But I will keep you posted on what I'm feeling. One of the things that I love about just being water only is how quiet the body gets. When I say quiet, there's no urges, there's no cravings, there's no sensation, there's no nudges. It's quiet and it feels so peaceful, so stable. And when I was on water, this was maybe 3 years ago, I loved the experience. So maybe I'll have the same experience or something different. I don't know. But I look forward to doing that. And so today I decided to make some manna bread. Now, it wasn't only today because it takes a few days to prepare. I ended up buying some organic wheat berries. I also bought some spelt berries and rye berries. Now the grain, the whole grain, they actually call them berries. And I got organic because I sprouted them. So here's the process. So I took 2 cups of wheat berries and I put them in a bowl submerged with water for 24 hours. And then I rinsed, put them in a colander, in a metal strainer, in a bowl with a pot lid on top of it. So what that does is it allows any water to keep draining from the seeds themselves, from the grains, and it keeps it contained so that there's some air but not too much air going in that would cause them to dry out. And then I rinse them in the morning and at night just to refresh them, and then they start growing. So the wheat, I've been sprouting wheat and rye. So the wheat, with just 2 days later, it was ready to be processed, which was today. So I'm going to show you in a little video when the tail of the grain becomes as long as the grain itself, it's ready to use. Look what I'm doing. I am sprouting some wheat. Check this out. Look, the wheat is growing in 3 little prongs. So I'm sprouting some wheat, and you know that they're ready when the root is as long as the grain. So these are ready. And so what I've been doing is sprouting. These are wheat berries. And over here, I am sprouting rye, but the rye is not ready yet. It's not sprouting yet. And what's fantastic about sprouting your grains or your seeds and even your nuts is that when you have a seed, it's dry, it's dormant, and it contains a lot of fat, but the grains are actually hibernating. They're asleep. So they have this chemical around it called growth inhibitors. And what happens is that when you eat these grains, you can eat them, but they're higher in fat and they tend to be a little bit harder to digest, especially when we're thinking about nuts, right? They're a little bit harder to digest. But what happens when you soak them for overnight, the little seed starts waking up, all of the chemistry inside the nut or the grain changes. It starts creating carbohydrates and amino acids, and it's converting the fat into more of the building blocks to allow it to wake up and become a plant. So the nutritional content is extremely high in a sprouted grain. Same thing with a nut or a seed. The fats are reduced and the amino acids, the nutrients are a lot higher and bioavailable. Now you're eating a little plant versus eating a nut or a seed or grain. So that's the phenomenal part of sprouting. It's greater, more bioavailable, more nutrition, and easier to digest. So there you go. So I sprouted these little grains, and today they were ready to be processed. So I moved the grains to a food processor, and there I added 1 teaspoon of sea salt, 1 teaspoon of cinnamon, and once it was processed for a while, I added 1/2 cup of raisins. And then I continued to process until it started moving on its own. It was lumpy. It was creating a dough. And once that was done, I moved it to a cookie sheet and I made 2 loaves. So not too high, maybe 1.5 inches thick, and it made 2 cute little loaves. And then I baked it. It's not really baking, it's dehydrating. So I put it in my oven on the dehydrator setting at the highest. So it was 225. And I left it in there for maybe 3.5 hours. So I'm just pouring starting to roll into a dough. All right, so this looks pretty good. So now I have 2 nice loaves. Then, oh my God, it was very good. It's kind of like, has more of a gooey texture. Kind of tasted like a whole wheat bran raisin muffin. It's kind of like the closest thing that I could describe it. So it had good texture, tasted fantastic, and it's quite sweet. So almost like I'm comparing it to a muffin because of the sweetness and the texture as well. So I put a little bit of almond butter on that, and oh my God, it was very good and satisfying. So here's the little video. All right, so this is the bread. It's a little bit gooey on the middle. It's very good. It's kind of like a bran muffin. It's sweet and I like it. I like it very much. So it made 2 loaves, and the other loaf, I'm going to see some friends tonight, and I'm going to get to share my bread with them. So I hope that they enjoy it as much as I do. So thank you for joining me today. Stay tuned. The next 6 days, I don't know what they're going to be like for me, but I will definitely do another video and let you know how things are going. So thanks for tuning in, and I'll put the recipe in the comments below. If you want more of this kind of information, like and subscribe, and I look forward to seeing you again on my next video.